Welcome into my late night waiver wire ads. Better and Green. How's it going, everybody? Hope you guys had another good week of fantasy football. I know I sure did. We're talking waiver ads, and I'm answering any of your guys' fantasy football questions you have, whether it's starting someone this week, maybe a trade question, or someone that's available on your waiver wire. Make sure you guys throw it in the comments. It will pop up there on the screen, and I'll be happy to answer any of those for you guys. Who do I have this week? Well, there's a couple guys that are still available. I'm not going to hit on them that I hit last week. So I will hit on a couple new guys. Obviously, the big name this week is Josh Downs. Owned in 36% of leagues. He's seen 5 or more targets in every game except for one this season. 19.7% target share over the last 3 weeks, where he's finished as wide receiver 19, 27, and 3. I had no clue that he was doing so good. Richardson's out for the season, so we're going to get a lot more Minshew now. He scored 2 rushing touchdowns. I don't see that being a constant for him. I don't see that being something that obviously is not going to happen every week. I doubt he has 6 rushing touchdowns in the season. He's going to be throwing the ball more. Obviously, they got 3 good receivers, I think, in Indianapolis. Pittman, number 1. Downs, I think, is fighting for that number 2 role. Pierce, another big guy, very talented. Downs, I believe, is 5'9". Immensely talented, though. Very different than Alec Pierce, but I like him a lot going forward. Tank Dell is owned in 48.7% of leagues, so a lot of you guys, this guy's not going to be available, but for those of you who do have him on the waiver wire, they're lucky enough. I got some interesting facts here. He actually has the exact same amount of points per game as DK Metcalf. 9.1 points per game. That's insane. If you're looking at guys he's above, guys like Michael Pittman, Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers, and Chris Olave. Now, I know it's down years for those guys. So, I mean, we're talking about Tank Dell. Like, this is a guy that's on your waivers, that's finishing in front of those guys. People are starting those guys still. Tank Dell is absolutely a weekly starter that you could throw in. He's in a pass-heavy offense with a young quarterback. Sky's the limit for him. I still think that Nico Collins is the number 1 guy over there. Big frame, big body. He can catch those balls. Big red zone target. Dalton Schultz as well. But Tank Dell, John Mechie, he hasn't came into that role. Robert Woods, he's not a guy that you're going to be able to rely on. Tank Dell's kind of that next guy. I like Tank Dell. He's got a unique skill set for this team. Darrell Henderson, available in 15. He's owned in 15.5% of leagues, so he's available in a lot of leagues. You guys, you should remember this dude. This dude, he's the best back right now in Los Angeles. He was clearly buried on the depth chart. Everybody went after Zach Evans. For my article last week, I said, don't do it. Zach Evans is absolutely a trap. I hope you listen. Hope you didn't blow your fab budget or a high waiver priority on him. He's just not that guy. Darrell Henderson's that guy. Royce Freeman is backing him up. Royce Freeman, he will see a bit of work, but I think Henderson's actually going to be pretty valuable until Kyren Williams gets back. Looking at, he had 20 touches last week. I believe he had 18 carries and 2 targets. So he had 20 looks. McVay trusts him. McVay trusts Henderson. He's going to let Henderson run as long as he can. Kyler Murray, quarterback in Arizona. Now, this is a guy that you're getting out early in front of. So I believe he might be activated. I don't think he's coming back this week, but he should be coming back between the weeks 9 and 10. You're going to start seeing articles coming out about him coming back, and these quarterback needy teams are going to be jumping on him. If you want him and you really need a quarterback, this is the week to get him before you're in competition with other people. Get in early, get Kyler. His rushing upside is going to be capped a little bit with that injury. But you're looking at the waiver wire, like what else is out there? I would rather have Kyler, I think, than Gardner Minshew, even though Minshew just had a really good week against a great defense. The upside of Kyler is just higher than anybody else that you're going to find on waivers. My weekly waiver trap, Latavius Murray. It's starting to heat up behind Latavius Murray. People are starting to add him. He's only owned in 22% of leagues. Damian Harris went down, obviously, with that injury. And so everybody's jumping on the Latavius Murray train, even though this guy, I mean, he's been in the thorn of fantasy owners' sides, I believe, his whole career. He's never been, I mean, you could kind of argue in when he was on the Raiders, but I don't know. I'm not in on him. I'm not in on him. I wrote no, just no for Latavius Murray. I don't see it. I don't see it happening for him. I just really don't, especially with James Cook there. James Cook's going to be the guy. Josh Allen's going to be running the ball too. And then they throw the ball a lot. So what are you getting out of Latavius Murray? He has to get a touchdown. If he doesn't get a touchdown, he's of no use to you. Because what'll he have? 6 to 8 carries for 20, 30 yards. With that touchdown, he's going to get you 2 or 3 points. No, you couldn't pay me to own Latavius Murray. Throw some questions in the chat, guys. I want to know what's going on with you guys. Let me know if you guys won last week, if you lost last week, any questions you're thinking, start sits that you're looking at. Open mine up. Do what we got going on. Talk some fantasy football. Week 8 already. It sucks how fast the fantasy season flies by. It really does. We got Mahomes versus Denver. Definitely playing him. Eckler versus Chicago. Ooh. Eckler owners, are you with me? Jeez. Been a rough season. What did he get week 1? 25? Yeah, he did fine week 1. And then the last 6 weeks, he's either been out or done nothing. 8.2, 5.1. I mean, for Eckler, that's terrible. DeAndre Swift versus Washington. Eagles started looking better. Hurts just steal. If they get down to the 1 yard line, it just hurts every time. This Philly push is just driving me crazy. Tyreek versus Patriots. Like Tyreek. I mean, I think you have to play Tyreek until further notice. I don't think that there's any matchup that you can sit Tyreek. Amon-Ra versus the Raiders. Lions just got spanked. So I like the Lions to come in and really whoop on the Raiders. It just lost to the Bears. I don't care that Hoyer was a quarterback. The Raiders they're playing terrible. AJ Brown versus Washington. Once again, one of those guys you kind of just have to start until further notice. Andrews versus Arizona. Andrews went up big early. He had those 2 touchdowns. And then they just kind of cruised after that. Just kind of cruised. They didn't have to do anything. They were able to just run out the ball. Just try to sustain drives as long as they could to burn off as much clock as possible. Let's see. Who's on the waiver wire? Oh my God. Number 1 drop player? Why? Or no, number 1 added player. Well, yeah. Dalton Kincaid. Number 1 added player this week. He has been added 658,000 times. See, I saw drop because I own him. And so I'm seeing this little drop sign next to his name. Yeah, I'm not dropping him. I've had him this whole time. Had him all season. Love Dalton Kincaid, especially now that Knox is injured. It's Kincaid season. Taysom Hill versus Indy. I'm not a Taysom Hill guy. I'm sorry. Juwan Johnson's injured, so that's why Taysom Hill's shot up there. You never know what you're getting with Taysom. That drives me crazy. I mean, you're hoping for... Sorry, just had a Instagram comment pop up. You're hoping for a touchdown out of him, either rushing, receiving, passing. I like playing players that I can see that if this is the way I think the game's going to go, then I think this player will do well. There's like no matchup or game plan you can have for Taysom Hill, which makes him dangerous for defenses, but makes him dangerous for fantasy too. Daryl Henderson's third, 470,000 ads. I like that. New York Jets, 429,000 ads. They're against the Giants. Makes sense. It makes sense. And did the Jets? Yeah, they're coming off a bye too. Oof. Who do they play next week? Because the Chargers, man. Then the Raiders. Yeah, that's not really a look ahead spot. Yeah, Jets. I like the Jets this week. Imari DiMercato. Guys, stop. Stop with this guy. I don't see it. Dustin Hopkins, the Browns kicker, 6th most added, 344,000 ads. Josh Downs, 298,000. I love Josh Downs. Really like Josh Downs going forward. Brennan Aubrey with Dallas. Pierre Strong. We just saw the Jerome Ford injury. He'll be back in a few weeks. Kareem Hunt's obviously the guy that he should have been added already. Pierre Strong, I really don't see him having too much fantasy value for anybody. You have to be very, very, very shallow at running back to even start Pierre Strong at a flex. Jake Bobo, is that how you say it? Bobo, B-O-B-O. Chiefs, the 11th most added against Denver. Be careful with those divisional matchups, but they did just hold Russell Wilson to, I believe, 95, 96 yards. Not last week, but the week before. Dolphins versus New England. Kendrick Bourne against Miami. Gus Edwards. Dante Foreman, obviously. He was owned in too many leagues, so I could not put him in the waiver wire ad article. If they make my article, they have to be under 50% ownership. What's good, Javier Delgado? What's up, buddy? Glad to catch your stream. Do you think Derrick Henry will get traded? Man, he should be. He should be, because the Titans, I believe they're selling. They're selling the house, man. Do I think he will, though? No. I think he's one of those players that it's like after Patrick Mahomes isn't very good anymore and the Chiefs should move on, they're not going to, just because he's just synonymous with the Chiefs. Derrick Henry right now is pretty synonymous with the Titans. He drives jersey sales. I really don't think that they're keeping him for game purposes. I think they're really keeping him for fans and money purposes. What team if he does? The Ravens, the Bengals. Because a lot of times people worry about, oh, well, if you trade into like an interdivision rival, or not division, but interconference rival, it's going to hurt you in the playoffs. Titans aren't making the playoffs. So I think that really any team's open. Don't see him going like the Dolphins. I think he'd fit really well with the Ravens. The thing with the Bengals is they got Joe Mixon, so I don't think that the Bengals will take him. Ravens with the J.K. Dobbins injury, it makes a lot of sense. NFC wise, I see I feel like the Vikings could use him. Vikings would be a good fit for him. Don't think he goes there though. What team is a running back away from pretty good Super Bowl chances? See, the Niners already have a good one. Eagles have a whole bunch of them that are pretty decent. Lions have Montgomery. See, Cowboys, they got Pollard. This is a thing, because he's so old, he's going to have to go to a team that's in win now mode. That's the issue. Because you're not getting this guy for down the road. You have to win within the next 2 years. And quarterbacks, running backs really start dropping off. But see, Bills, I don't see them going to the Bills. They got James Cook. I know that Damian Harris got injured. They got Latavius Murray. And I see that the runs that they would have with Derrick Henry get eaten up by Josh Allen. Like those short yardage, like you just got to put your head down and go. Those are Josh Allen runs. I think that's what they want because then they also have the threat of passing. So I don't see him going to the Bills. Really, the Ravens are the only team I can really see him going to. I'm trying to think if there's any, like, the NFC, like, not the Falcons. I would not say the Saints. I guess you could say Bucks with Rachaad White, but I feel like that's such a line problem, too. Like, the dude just gets swallowed up instantly. That's not going to help Henry either. He's so old now. Thinking maybe Steelers, but they got Najee and Warren. It's just like this is a problem too that we just saw with the running back free agent market. People don't want to pay running backs, and people want young or stables. Like they're fine with Jalen Warren and Najee. They don't want Derrick Henry. Like we got Pacheco, a couple other commented where. My goodness, people don't. Where are you getting plus 100 teasers? People, you can tease more than 2 teams. Oh, Lord. This is a problem. We got a post right now going like semi-viral on Instagram. It's got like almost 600,000 views. We crossed over 1,000 followers on Instagram today, which was a big step for us as a program. We're really excited about it. But the problem with that is you get a lot of negative people, a lot of naysayers. But, we're not going to let that get to us. A lot of it, they're just not educated, especially with it being a joke. Come on now. I got a question. What should I do with James Conner? Should I hold? Do you think he'll come back the same? Good question. Is he in an IR spot for you? Because if he's in an IR spot, absolutely. James Conner, he's definitely going to come back. Will he come back the same? What injury did James Conner have again? Look that up. No. Dude, that sucks. James Conner. Do you know? Does this say what he has? A knee? Oh. Knees are tough, dude. Knees are tough. I say hold because he's just going to get so much of that work. Like you see everybody picking up Keontae Ingram, the Mercado. I don't like those dudes. Like they're pure. What do you like? Opportunity share guys are going to get a lot of chances. I don't think they're very good. They're not on a very good team. James Conner, I think he's still all right. And I think he's going to be one of those people that can take advantage of a inflated target share, opportunity share, and do something with it, especially because we've seen guys like Marquise Brown. He's been having like an excellent season. I don't see that continuing. Dude's made of glass. Zach Ertz, dude, he's getting older, man. He's up there, so he could be injured at any time. I don't think it depends who's on your waiver wire, but I don't think you're going to be able to drop him to add anybody that would be of more value than James Conner. Who are your favorite players right now? Fantasy-wise? Real life? My favorite waiver wire players right now? Love Josh Downs. Love... oh, man. Dante Foreman. Hate Latavius Murray. Don't pick up Latavius Murray. Darrell Henderson. And Tank Dell was the other one. My favorite real players. Well, being a Chiefs fan, I love Mahomes and I love Kelsey. But outside of my favorite team, I like Josh Allen. I'm a Josh Allen fan. Um, Jamar Chase. I do like Jamar Chase. Um, Christian McCaffrey. Love McCaffrey. Who are other some like exciting guys? I really like Zay Flowers. I'm trying to think of some defensive guys I like. I think Jonathan Owens. Pretty sure he went to the same college that I went to. TJ Watt, Nick Bosa. Love those guys. If I pick like some off the wall players that I really like Leo Chenal for the Chiefs. The dude's like combine grades were like ridiculous, so I really like him. Pierre Desir, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. God, I don't like the Broncos, but how do you not like the cornerback for the Broncos? God, what's his name? I'm forgetting. But him and Sauce, really like those guys. I like guys that are which I'm gonna say I like guys that are entertaining, but like I don't like Kittle. And he's like a pro wrestling, like super high energy guy. So I should like Kittle, but I don't know. It seems fake to me. Like I know the guy's like crazy, but it just does. Kittle doesn't do it for me. If you guys got any fantasy questions and you're on the live with me right now, please drop something in. Love to answer your questions. That's a great question too, Javier. Thank you for that. I loved me some Amir Abdullah coming out of college. And Darius guys. I really like those guys. Man, I was wrong on them though. What is your fantasy team? We always tell you ours. Does your league trade or are they sticklers? Good question. My fantasy team in my dynasty league right now is 7-0 and is ridiculously stacked. Like ugly stacked. I'll tell you what my other one is. People do like trading in that league, so I appreciate that. I have found trading in dynasty is way easier than redraft. Redraft people, man, it's so hard to trade. And I feel like it's so important who's in your league too, because there's some people I can trade with and some people that I can't. I'll give you guys my other one. And this is like, I love fantasy football, but this is just one of those super annoying things. I'm the 4th highest scoring team, and I'm second to last. Like, that's some booty, man. That is some, I'm just like running into the wrong matchups. Top 3 teams every week. Got Tua, and also I had Nick Chubb in this league. So that was a big loss. I had Mike Williams in this league. That was a loss. So I had Tua, Rashad White, Jerome Ford, Jalen Waddle, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers, Puka Nacua, Justin Tucker, Steelers defense, and it's IEP, so I have TJ Watt. My bench, Cam Akers, Zach Charbonnet, Adam Thielen, KJ Osborne, Laporta, and then in my IR spot, James Conner. Well, you can see I'm not BSing you. I'd hold on to him. I'll tell you, you guys are going to think this is disgusting, though. Like, this team I have put so many hours into. I love it. But this is why I'm 7-0. So, my quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. My players, Austin Eckler, DeAndre Swift, Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra St. Brown, A.J. Brown, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Pacheco, Michael Thomas, Harrison Butker, Commanders defense, Alexander Madison, Cam Akers, Rashad White, Devon Achane, Rashee Rice, Cortland Sutton, Jamar Chase, Elijah Moore, Dalton Kincaid, Cowboys defense, and J.K. Dobbins. Whew. Yes, you heard that right. My receiving core is Jamar Chase, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tyreek Hill. I know I don't have the best running backs, but that is ridiculous. I got Amon-Ra and A.J. Brown on down years. I got Amon-Ra, I believe it was his second year. So it was before his, like, he had the, like, rookie breakout, but not this big breakout like he is now. Mark Andrews was actually a trade. I got Mark Andrews for Chris Olave, which Olave just got arrested, so no good for him, but I like it, man. I like Mark Andrews. I went Don Kincaid over Laporta in the draft this year. A little bummed about that, but what can you do about it? I'm trying to get rid, and like this is what I do too in Dynasty, is you always have to get out a year early. Let this player go to a different team and have a good year for them. They're happy about it, and then it's just down. So I got Austin Eckler right now. I'm going to be actively looking to ship Eckler out after this year. And you know what? It might be one of those things I've held on to him too long. I might have needed to trade him last year. I thought about it, but like if you're listening to me right now and you have a running back that's 28, be afraid. That is the cliff. Look at the statistical data about it. The cliff after running back turns 28, his fantasy production, it drops like straight down. He's my favorite player. Eckler is. Man, I think he might be Ethan's favorite player too. I love Eckler, dude. I love Eckler. I got Eckler for not J.K. Dobbins, Josh Jacobs, and George Pickens. I love Eckler too. But in Dynasty, you got to get out before that bottom falls out. I was one of the lucky people that got to play Bijan this week. What do you guys think about that? I mean, you're seeing stuff come out now about Arthur Smith being investigated when they knew about it. That's not good. That's not good. That screwed a lot of people's bets and a lot of people's fantasy teams over, man. I mean, there was nothing about him not playing in this game, and he was never on the field. I think he was on the field for one snap in the first half. Deserves fines and a 3-game head coach suspension. Hey, that sounds pretty close to what might happen. Javier, I would not be surprised if that actually happens. You can't do that right now, especially with the state of. I know sports betting's a big, and it's big on our podcast, but the amount of people that sports bet versus fantasy football, and I know you can bet on different sports and stuff, but fantasy football has gotten so big and so reliable. We've seen the NFL completely change things that they do. Like they used to have like questionable and doubtful and all these different things, and a visit from the mafia. Yes, you're right, dude. You're absolutely right. The NFL has changed stuff for fantasy football. Like this is a big deal, and I saw people commenting on Facebook, you know, oh boo hoo, boo hoo. It's a big deal. The league's taking it very seriously. Anybody that's in right now, if you joined late, please send me some questions. Maybe your fantasy football questions, start sit. Who you should add on the waiver wire. Let me know, man. I'm not afraid to repeat. And a visit from the mafia. I love that. I love that, Javier. But Bijan, who else? Who else had like a bad week this week? Who were the busts? Herbert. Man, that Chiefs defense is real. That's crazy. I did not see that coming at all, and I thought this game was going to be a lot closer. Mahomes having 320 passing yards in the first half was insane. I thought the game was going to be super close. Devontae Smith, don't give up on him. I'm telling you, Devontae Smith does not come off the field. I know it sucks, but you have to roll him out. You have to roll him out and start him every week. Is on a buy low. What players could be good trades for him? Oh, who should you trade for Devontae Smith? Good question. and pull up. It's always easier when I can like look at who's all out there. I would even do Puka, and I know that's like crazy right now. I know some people are very high, some people are very low on Puka with Cup back now. Question, I want to grab either Downs, Higgins, or Henderson off waivers. I have Tay Adams, Olave, Flowers, Deontay at wide receiver. Man, good for you. And C-Mac, Madison, A-Chain at running back. Dropping Gabe Davis. Who should I grab? First off, congratulations on your team, sir. Outstanding. I was also baited into the Madison trap, so no hate for me over here. Now Higgins. Is this T. Higgins? If so, that's crazy that he's on waivers. C-Mac, you kind of, I mean, with A-Chain out, Madison, it feels like you need to take Henderson. You need to take Henderson. The season-long ad would be Downs. That's what I'd say. I'm 3-4, 3 straight L's. Yes, T got dropped. Wow. You're in a brutal league, Wizzy. Wizzy Jefferson, I like that. Wizzy, make sure you subscribe to us, man. I want you back in our live chats. I'm 3-4. Hey, I was just saying that earlier, too. I'm in 9th place in my league, and I'm the 4th highest scoring. It happens, dude. It happens. I feel like with your team construction, you have to go Henderson, though. I mean, you got Olave and Flowers. Oh, man, Olave just got arrested, though. Oh, I've been sub-dog. Wizzy, see, you're the man, Wizzy. I appreciate you, man. Man, I'm thinking Olave is gonna miss time now, but Tay Adams I think will be better. Flowers, man. Higgins, I'd get Higgins. Think so too. I need that running back with A-Chain. I know, man. I know. Are those your only 3 running backs? You don't have anybody else? If so, man, it'd be really nice to get Higgins. I would even drop Deontay for Higgins. Because he's bouncing back. You're seeing his like target share percentage. He gets another week off the bye, now healthier. Man. 3-4 though. I mean, you're still right. If you win this week, you're right in the thick of it. What do? Do you do like divisions or just total wins in the league and then by points after that? Because I do both. I don't know which one I like better. I think I like the divisions better, but then at the same time you get stuck in that crap where your team's doing really well, but you just run the wrong matchups and then you're out of the playoffs and you have one of the top 4 best teams. Man. I'm ready. I'm with you. I'm ready for A-Chain to come back, though. I need him back bad. Anybody else in the comments? Let me know. Let me know what questions you have. My bench has D-Hop, Eli Mitchell, Gabe Davis, A-Chain, Jalen Warren. Oh, Justin Fields. Maybe drop Fields. I'm worried about Fields, dude. We might not see a lot more Fields in Chicago, especially after what we just saw. Got to keep D-Hop. Got to keep A-Chain. I mean, Jalen Warren, he's actually looked pretty good this year. See, Mitchell, though, like with McCaffrey back, I know you have him for like the handcuff. That can be nice. Me personally, I would drop Fields. My thinking behind it is, so you guys just won a game, like you scored a whole bunch. The offense looked like they were able to move the ball, but you can't win a whole lot of games because then you don't get Caleb Williams. And I believe at the end of the year they're gonna want Caleb Williams. They're gonna need that first spot. Panthers are doing a great job trying to get them that first spot, but I just don't see. I see if like Justin Fields, I could see him getting traded at the trade deadline. That's how I'm feeling about Justin Fields. Like if they know that they're gonna draft Caleb Williams, he might be gone. They might just try to keep him healthy and not play him. I don't have a consistent starting quarterback. I was swapping Stroud and Fields weekly. See, the problem with that is then you miss the good weeks. You can be playing and then always have the wrong one on the bench. I like Stroud going forward. I was talking earlier too. Kyler Murray is he'll be back within by week 10 at least. I think at the latest. I would get rid of Fields, and then if you need, you can pick up Kyler Murray if he's available. He's available in most leagues. What else you guys got for me before I hop off here? My plan was to start Stroud for a few weeks and pick up Kyler when he's back if he doesn't get snagged. Yeah. See, that's exactly what I would do. So I wouldn't worry about dropping Fields. That's exactly what I do. I was saying earlier, we got a video going semi-viral on Instagram right now. If you guys want to check it out. If you missed it on YouTube, over on Instagram, Better Green, it's at like 600,000 views right now. Is Tyler Lockett done? See, he's a K-State boy, so I love me some Tyler Lockett. But I mean, he's been declining for years now. And with they drafted JSN in the first, which also kind of spelled the end for Lockett. I believe he can still be a not really stream, but like a plug and play player in matchups that you really like a high scoring matchup. So what should my moves be if I drop Davis and Fields, pick up Henderson and T if possible? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Or Downs. See, Downs is seeing like a 19% target share, which is really good for the Colts. He's seeing over 5 targets a game every week except for one. I'm still going T, man. I'm still going T. What do you think, Javier? You like T. Higgins or Josh Downs better? Downs, like I get T. Higgins has like Jamar Chase to deal with. He's the number 2. Downs in reality is the number 3 behind Pierce. I really don't think he is a wide receiver 3, but I think he is a wide receiver 2B. Which means he's going to be splitting a lot with Pierce. Looking at his games, I know he's had wide receiver 18, 30, and 3 weeks in the last 3. Sorry, that's wide receiver ranking. 18, 30, and 3. His targets have been 7, 5, 12, 3, 6, 8, and 6. Receptions 3, 4, 8, 2, 6, 5, 5. Only had 3 weeks over 50 yards though. Back-to-back weeks, with touchdowns is inflating him a little bit right now. Guys getting all short passing. T is worth the stash, yeah. I agree, man. I agree. And that's just because Downs isn't a 50-50 ball guy. Like, he's definitely not a red zone guy. He's 5'9", 171 pounds. Like, he's a small dude. He's quick. I like Downs. You only go live Mondays. Go live on Mondays and Tuesdays. Have a good night. Got to go. Javier, have a good night, man. Thank you for hopping on. We go live Mondays, 6-5 Central. And then Tuesdays, today I go live. It ranges. I got a newborn. I usually try to get on around 9-ish. Yeah. 9:39. I've been on for about 45 minutes. So yeah, around 9. Hop on. Try to give you guys some fantasy advice. But we do have like episodes that are edited. So I mean, we had a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I'm butchering it, but like I'll add memes to it, bunch of funny edits, music. They're about an hour long. We go through every game on the NFL slate. If I make these moves, my start sits are going to be in shambles. Sometimes that's a good problem to have. I mean, you're going to be looking better. I would be starting. See, like, you have good receivers, so I could see you having to struggle with T. I think was Foreman, right? No, Henderson. I think Henderson, until Kyron gets back, will be a starter for you. Like, CMC and Henderson are going to be your 1-2. We just saw, I don't know if you watched the game on Monday, but Cam Akers actually had more opportunities than Madison this last week. That's what I've been worried about. Because Madison just has not been effective, but neither has Cam Akers. So now that Cam actually had a game with more opportunity than Madison, worries me that we're going to be like at that 50-50 split for the rest of the year. I've been trying to move off Madison everywhere that I can. So you just got to hope that Henderson stays healthy and Kyron doesn't come back until Achane gets back. Achane. Who would you flex? Deontay, Madison, D-Hop, or T? T. Like, straight up T. I'm out on Madison now. Don't like Madison anymore. Deontay, that Steelers offense just can't trust them. Can't trust them. They looked all right. I know, so sad seeing Madison drop that pass, man. So you did watch it? Yeah, dude, it was bad. And he's done that all season, too. He's done that all season. He has not looked good. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Yet T would be my flex play. I wouldn't even think too hard about it just because T's ceiling is so high, so much higher than anybody else's. D-Hop, he's so old, he could go out at any time. And then on top of that, they want to run the ball constantly. I lost by 1 score. I had Madison, McCaffrey, and Hawkinson that night. Oh, dude. Ugh. That sucks. We have negative points for interceptions and sacks in our league. I was winning by 2 at the end of the Eagles Dolphins game. Tua throws an interception and gets sacked. Lost by 1. Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal, man. It happens though. That's fantasy football. Part of the reason I love it, man. I'm a glutton for pain, glutton for punishment. Crazy. I know, dude. Good games this week, though. Really good games. I really enjoyed that Niners-Vikings game. I did enjoy Dolphins-Eagles. Not as much as I thought I would. I don't know. I just thought it would be a lot more exciting. But it was very... I mean, it's Eagles game plan. At least my Vikings got the dub. Dude, what a huge win for you guys. That's a huge win. I was very impressed, man. Kirk looked really good. Kirk looked good with the state of the NFC. You guys still have a chance to make it in, man. I was stressed. Hawkinson went out twice and Addison out. Oh, dude, I bet. Hawkinson's so good. Hawkinson's so good, and Addison too. I knew Addison was gonna have a long touchdown. I did. I felt that one just in my bones, man. Addison had a hell of a game. Yeah, I think they're gonna be okay though. When Jefferson gets back, man, if they can keep it up, I definitely think you guys can still make the playoffs. We'll have to see what's going on. Like, I think the Niners will win the West. Seahawks, I believe, getting second and making the playoffs. Lions are making the playoffs. NFC South, only one of those guys are. I think it's gonna be the Bucks. Ethan thinks Falcons. I think Bucks. Means it'll probably be the Saints. The East, I mean, Eagles or Cowboys. You would think Eagles. I think Eagles. Ethan thinks Cowboys. Luckily there, we know it's not going to be the Giants or the Redskins. Oh, excuse me. Commanders. Ooh. That was a real slip there. Man, I haven't made that slip in a long time. I'm telling you, I was sick last week and I kept wanting to say San Diego Chargers. Now I'm using Washington's old name. Good Lord. All right, well, do you guys have any more fantasy questions before I hop off here? I appreciate all you guys coming on. We passed over 1,000 followers today on Instagram. Very proud of that. Very happy with that. We had 800 something. Almost 900. Like 897. Here's my wide receivers are good. Adams, Olave, Zay. But unfortunately, especially Adams and Olave have been average. I get it. I get it, man. I love Zay coming into the year. I'm glad he's actually done well. Adams has Olave and Adams issues quarterback. That's exactly what I was going to say. Exactly what I was going to say. And I don't know about the Garoppolo injury. I don't know when he's coming back. I thought Hoyer would be better than he was. Hoyer did not look very good. Adams is too good, though. He's going to get that target share still. Olave, though. Olave could be looking at a suspension here soon. I don't, like, it wasn't. I know Justin Ross just got in legal trouble, one of my Chiefs, for, I believe it was domestic violence. So he will for sure be getting some time off. I believe Olave was going twice the speed limit and got arrested. I believe he was let out today. But we could see a suspension coming for Olave soon. It sucks, especially if you own him, but the body cam footage is kind of funny. He's like, man, I'm just trying to get home. Cop's like, no, I get that, but you're going double the speed limit. Looks like it's residential, too. Like, dude had to be flying. Dude had to be flying. Well, he said something like, he's like, I play for the Saints. The cop's like, okay, and? It's a hard watch. What car makes you do? Oh my god, dude. Ask Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree. Dude, Derek Carr, man. He's another guy. He should be doing way better this year. He just looks like Jameis Winston, though. And I really like Jameis Winston. But both just are not able to maintain drives. Make too many mistakes. They're paying him too much money to play like he's been playing. Just straight up. All right, guys. Any more questions before I hop off? They look like great backups. They absolutely do, man. They absolutely do. I'll take them. I'll take them up in Kansas City. Let's see. Who else could use them? Buccaneers? Buccaneers could use them. Falcons could use them. That entire division, except for the Saints. Oh, man. Have a good night. Hopefully, I remember to come back Monday. Wizzy, I hope you do too, man. Thank you for hopping on. Love having you here, man. Everybody, thank you for watching. Hopefully, I answered your waiver wire questions. Got an article out on our website now, bettergreen.com, BETTOR green. I'll turn noties on. Wizzy. Damn, man, you're the GOAT. Thank you, dude. We appreciate that, Wizzy. We appreciate everybody that comes on and supports us. Yeah, head over there, guys. We have articles that come out every day, I believe. Maybe not on Sunday. That's because you guys should be watching football with us. But Monday through Saturday, we got articles coming out. I believe tomorrow is the NFL reactions. Thank you for the help, boss. Thank you for joining, Wizzy. We'll see you guys in the next episode, okay? Peace, guys.